All right, so if you've ever played around with ChatGPT, you already know it's a beast. But here's the thing. With something like 550 million people using it, most of us are barely scratching the surface. Seriously, we're going to dive deep today into the features you're probably not using. We're talking everything from free tools that can basically run your life, all the way up to paid features that can literally build you a website from a single sentence. So let's get into it.
Okay, so listen to this quote. That is a very bold claim from our source material, right? But honestly, I think we can back it up. I'm willing to bet that whether you just use ChatGPT for fun or you're a power user who's on it every single day, you're about to hear something that makes you go, wait, it can do that? Get ready. So here's the game plan. First, we'll cover the awesome free tools that can upgrade your day-to-day. Then we'll see how it can be your creative co-pilot. After that, we'll get into the paid tiers. Is it worth it? And then we hit the really next-level stuff, before taking a quick peek behind the curtain at what the developers are playing with. All right, Section 1. First things first, we've got to completely reframe how we think about the free version of ChatGPT. You know, it is so much more than a fancy search box. Think of it as a personal assistant, one that can see, hear, and actually think about your everyday problems.
And look at that number, 550 million people. There's a reason for that massive user base. It's not just that it's fast or reliable. One analysis we looked at described its personality as feeling safe and warm, almost human-like. And it's that vibe, that personality, that makes it so incredibly useful for so many different things.
And that right there, that's the huge mindset shift we need to make. Stop treating it like Google. Don't just ask it, what's the best keyboard? Instead, treat it like your personal consultant. You can literally feed it your website and ask for custom-tailored suggestions for improvement. Or, get this, you can have it role-play a difficult conversation with you to help you prepare. I mean, that's just a whole different league from a simple search query, isn't it?
Okay, now this is where things get really cool. ChatGPT can see. The mobile app has this incredible visual feature. You can literally open your fridge, snap a photo of whatever's inside, and it'll spit out recipe ideas. One user in our source material even used it to diagnose a leaky toilet just by showing it a picture. It's like having a visual problem solver right there in your pocket.
And it's not just text and pictures. The voice mode is honestly one of its most amazing features. The personality they've designed is just spot on. It feels warm, it feels inviting, but it never gets creepy or too personal, It's the perfect brainstorming partner when you just want to talk an idea out loud without bugging one of your friends.
But there's a flip side to that human-like quality. A little word of warning here. The source we reviewed actually told this story about a user who got, well, a little too attached, to the point where other people in the community started calling it AI psychosis. So yeah, it's an amazing tool for bouncing ideas around, but it's also a pretty good reminder to, stay grounded and remember who you're talking to.
Okay, so it's a great personal assistant, but that's not all. The free version of ChatGPT is also an absolute beast when it comes to creative and analytical work. We're talking about a tool that can take the tiniest spark of an idea and help you build it into a fully realized project.
Just check out this workflow. It's amazing. A user starts by asking for a cool story from history. It gives them the story of Pheidippides, the original marathon runner. Then the user asks, okay, how can I use that to market running shoes? And ChatGPT doesn't just give a few bullet points. No, it spits out a complete 60-second cinematic ad script with a storyboard, camera directions, the whole shebang.
And if that's not enough, it's also a crazy powerful data analyst. So behind the scenes, there's this thing called a code interpreter. Basically, it can write and run its own little programs to analyze data for you. What that means for us is that you can upload a bunch of different documents and just ask it to mash them all together and create a single interactive visualization.
For instance, in the example from our source, someone uploaded 3 totally different files about digital nomads. We're talking a text article from a website, a CSV file full of location data, and a dense 14-page PDF research paper. It just consumed all of them, and out came this awesome dashboard showing key trends, the best countries, popular keywords, all visualized.
And one last thing for the free tier, and this is a big one, GPTs. The easiest way to think about these is like apps for your phone. They're custom versions of ChatGPT that are already set up to be experts in one specific thing. So you can find a GPT that's an amazing academic researcher, or a financial analyst, or even a silly one that just makes coloring book pages for you. Using them is free, but building your own? Well, we'll get to that in a bit. Okay, so everything we've talked about up to this point has been 100% free.
which is wild. But now, let's talk about the paid plans, because this is where ChatGPT stops being just a really powerful tool and starts becoming an absolute game changer for your productivity.
So here's the quick and dirty breakdown. The free tier, which we just covered, is insanely generous. You get the latest model, voice mode, you can use GPTs. Then you've got Plus. This is where you unlock the ability to create your own GPTs and get access to some seriously powerful stuff like agent mode and deep research. And then there's Pro, which is really for heavy-duty users. It gives you unlimited access and the most advanced models for really tough problems.
All right, let's talk about those next-level features you get when you pay. These are the things that feel like straight-up productivity superpowers.
So remember those GPTs, the apps we mentioned? Well, with the Plus plan, you can actually build your own. For example, one user built a creative keyboard builder to help them design a custom octopus-themed mechanical keyboard. And it didn't just give text ideas, it created a visual mock-up. You can literally build your own personal expert for any weird niche task you can think of. Then there's deep research. This is another paid feature, and it's incredible. You just give it a topic, and it goes out, scours the web, reads dozens of sources, and then writes you a detailed synthesized report. Someone asked it for a report on modern dating, and it came back with this super comprehensive analysis on everything from dating apps to the trend of sober dating. Okay, but this is where things get insane. Agent mode. This thing can actually do things for you in the real world. This isn't just an AI you chat with, it's an autonomous agent. Our source gave it a simple website and said, make this better. It came up with suggestions, created a visual mockup, connected itself to a GitHub account, and then, on its own, deployed the new redesigned website, live on the internet, all from one prompt. The paid plans also unlock a bunch of other specialized tools. If you're a coder, you get Codex, which is a beast for writing and explaining code. If you're a creator, you get Sora, the insane AI video generator. And there's even this hidden gem called Schedules that lets you automate recurring tasks. You could tell it to, say, research a topic and email you a summary every morning at 7 a.m. So the big takeaway here should be this. That simple chat window we all use, that's just the lobby. Behind that door is this massive, sprawling ecosystem of super advanced tools for developers and power users who want to really build things with this tech. And this really shows the difference, right? The main ChatGPT interface is all about being user-friendly for our daily tasks. But the bigger OpenAI ecosystem, that's all about giving developers deep, granular control to fine-tune everything and build their own apps on top of it. So for anyone who wants to get their hands dirty, there's the playground. It's a space where you can really experiment with the tech and have a lot more control. And for the really serious developers, there's the Agents SDK. Think of it as a professional toolkit for building and launching your own custom AI agents from scratch. So let's just wrap up with this thought. We've seen an AI that can be your personal assistant, your creative director, a data analyst, a web developer, and a video producer, all at the same time. When a single tool can wear that many hats, it really forces you to stop and ask a pretty huge question. What is work even going to look like in the very near future?